Hello and welcome back to the Robotic Enterprise Framework Training. In the previous videos of this series, we've developed the UI demo consumer process using the ReFramework template and queue items. One last thing left to do. Let's run our process in debug mode and see how it works. As a best practice, it's always good to run the project after an important phase. This helps us to ensure that everything is running smoothly and that all exceptions are treated as intended. In order to test the process, our queue should contain queue items with the status new, and the configuration file should be closed. Another best practice will be to analyze the project and make sure that our project is compliant with the Workflow Analyzer default rules. Ready? Let's run the process in debug mode and monitor the execution in the output panel. First, the robot reads the settings, opens the UI demo application, and authenticates. Then, it retrieves a queue item, inputs the transaction data, and updates its status in Orchestrator. Next, it carries on processing the remaining items in the same manner. Now that we've made sure that everything is working fine, let's stop the process and switch to Orchestrator to view the processed transactions. To have a good understanding of what we see here, let's recall the processing order criteria. The first items to be processed are the ones that have a deadline in order of priority, and according to the set deadline for items with the same priority. Second, the items with no deadline in order of priority, and according to the rule first in, first out, for items with the same priority. In our case, since there are no deadline dates specified and all transactions have the same priority, they're processed according to the rule first in, first out. We've mentioned in a previous video that stopping the execution from Studio is the same as killing the job in Orchestrator. There's a high chance that a queue item will be blocked with the status in progress. This is what happened in this case. This queue item will receive the status abandoned after having remained in progress for a long time, approximately 24 hours. Details about each transaction are also available here. As an example, we have the associated screenshot for this failed status. Do you remember in which workflow we set up the logic to take a screenshot for a transaction item failing with the application exception? That's correct, in the set transaction status workflow when invoking the takescreenshot.xaml file. Great! This concludes our series on building a project with the ReFramework template and Orchestrator queues. We hope you found it engaging and useful. After having watched this series, could you list the 3 main phases of the building process and the workflows that we need to edit? We recommend keeping the checklist handy for on-the-job support and using it to build your next queue-based project. In the following series of videos, we'll configure the framework template to build a project that uses tabular data instead of an Orchestrator queue. Stay tuned to learn more. Thank you for watching, and until next time, happy automation!